Welcome to episode 45 of the A Travel Talk Show, a podcast of A Canada Marketing Group and ehCanadaTravel.com. So
Welcome,
called
everybody.
four
Yes,
five.
what's that? Four or
Four,
five? Oh, that's
yeah,
nothing.
I
That's
know.
nothing. Come on.
Wait till we break the century mark.
That'll have to be a big show.
That'll have to be a big show. We'll have to invite our guests
Will will it ever end? I mean, really?
back. I don't know. I think we're getting pretty good feedback on it, and we're booked 3 months in advance. Not to brag or anything, but that's a
Yeah.
pretty good kudos, right?
I mean, what happens when we hit show 2006?
We're picked up by a major network, and our guest is the producer.
Yeah.
Yeah, good answer.
We're in,
Good
we're in.
answer. So the A Travel Talk Show is broadcast live every Tuesday, 7 p.m. from our base camp. Somewhere's here in beautiful Maple Leaf, Canada. We are talking sports tourism tonight. We're gonna very lucky, very fortunate for all you hockey fanatics, including moi. Tonight, our guest is Eli Wilson, and he will be talking a little bit about the sport of hockey that we all love. It's pretty much born into the Canadian bloodline, and his Eli Wilson goaltending school and camps. And I'm sure looking forward to this show.
Yeah. I mean, if you got a family and kids,
Yep.
you got to be watching the show. You got to see the show because, I mean,
Yep.
if you got kids, they love hockey,
Yep.
and Eli's the guy to listen to.
And I love
Thank
I love the technical side because I got that coaching badge on my shoulder. I had to
Yeah,
throw that
yeah.
out. This show was not going to go through without me saying I used to coach in my heyday.
Well, you guys are bonding before the show is obvious,
Oh,
a little hockey sort of
yeah.
karma you got going between each other.
Well, as coaches of a secret language that you people don't understand, we
Okay, it'll
bond.
be interesting to hear it.
It is. So Eli is an internationally recognized goalie coach for all you newbies out there and your newbie followers who has worked with over 30 goaltenders now or have played in the NHL. And he has coached and developed over 200 WHL goaltenders. Our guest tonight is a Maple Leaf goalie guru.
Yes,
Yep.
we are very fortunate to have him. I mean,
I'm
it's
pretty stoked.
his resume is huge, and we've all seen him on TV on Talking Goalie Tech.
And everyone who's watching this show will be tuning in and following this man's Facebook and all his other social media feeds because they won't have a choice because we're going to flog them all over the screen all night. And we're pretty much going to make you go to bed dreaming his URL. So that's pretty much our goal tonight is we're going to make sure all you goalies out there like this man. So my name, before we get into him, and we'll be bringing Mr. Eli back into the show in about 10 minutes time, but we have to do what corporate, we are a multinational, multi-billion dollar company, and we
Oh
have to
yes.
abide by the suit and tie boys upstairs who are pointing fingers and say, you guys gotta say this. So my name is Greg Gerard. I am your co-bro host of the AA Travel Talk Show, Crowbro founder of ehCanadaTravel.com, and an ambassador of Bruises for our blog called Two Brothers, 2 Feet, Too Curious, and Too Canadian. That's us. We were recently awarded. ehCanadaTravel.com was voted the best nationwide adventure travel company by Lux Life Tourism Awards, announced this January 2021. This is where I put in the cheer button, but because of our budget, we had to lay the cheer people off. And our blog was ranked 23rd overall of the top 1,000 global travel bloggers by Global Rise 2020. The good man to my left or right, depending on where you're looking at this screen, his name is
Colin Gerard, the younger, better looking co-bro host of the A Canada Travel Talk Show, episode 45,
Mhm.
co-owner of ehCanadaTravel.com and keeper of the code.
Yes, and together we are called the Brothers of Tourism, homegrown Canadian adventure geese, collectors of bumps and bruises and boots on the ground, tourism research enthusiasts. This is a live show. Stuff happens on a
All the
live show.
time. All the
So if
time.
video cuts out or audio ain't up to snuff, then chill out. Go grab a coffee, a Coke, or your beverage of choice. We'll be right back, logging back in, and the show must go on. So welcome to live broadcasting Canadian style with all the good Canadianisms we have grown to love and share, to expect a lot of Canadianisms, laughs, and good times as we recover from any type of interruption or just good conversation. Tomorrow, you will find this great hockey video about Eli Wilson Golden Camps on our website, live travel community feed, on our award-winning ehCanadaTravel.com website. And for you social media addictors, you can find this also on Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Tumblr, and Lincoln's social media pages, as well as we're going to throw it out on a couple Reddit feeds just for a big tip to our guests for coming on the show. Welcome to the Live Tourism and Travel Show, 100% Canadian ingredients. We are the healthiest podcast for you, and we are made in Canada, baby.
No byproducts here.
No artificial ingredients on this screen. None. All healthy, 100% Canadian. Yes. Buy today. Okay. Sports tourism, just for you newbies who aren't too sure, is everything from like an Edmonton Oilers hockey game to curling events to monster truck shows to book signings to baseball tournaments and to sports camps like Eli Wilson goaltending schools. Little did you know, sports tourism, according to our most recent data, 2018, compiled on behalf of the Canadian Sports Tourism Alliance, $6.8 billion was injected into the Canadian economy from sports tourism and goaltending schools like Eli Wilson's call. 6.8 billion.
That's
sports
huge.
Tourism. And these guys, it's a huge amount of money.
That's not to mention the effect on kids and families. I mean, it's there's no price to it there.
Nope. And here's the beauty about it. For all you newbie communities out there, I'd like you to bug Mr. Eli Wilson to bring his school to your community, because here's what it does. The average spend for one overnight stay in sports tourism is just under $550. You do the math. Go to a week-long hockey school, go to any type of event, looking at 3 days, that's $1,500, $1,600 dropped into the community, and that's for one person.
Yeah, crazy. Who wouldn't want it?
People? Yes, so do the math.
Who wouldn't want?
Yep. Go.
I was gonna say, who wouldn't want an Eli Wilson hockey school at their town? I mean, that's huge.
I would. Plus, the only difference
you would.
The only difference if I asked Eli to come in, there'd have to be some clause there in like a 0.2 font that says Greg Girard gets the coach.
Well, I think coach is a bit of a. I would like you're talking before the show. Maybe puck collector.
Oh, maybe I'll just ask for an autographed Eli Wilson goaltender camp shirt. How's that?
Maybe
I'll get one of those.
There you go.
I don't know. Got to be on our best behavior so we can behave, right? So our guest tonight, however, this is the thing. With the advent of COVID-19, the sports tourism industry currently is on pause in a lot of situations. But with domestic tourism, this is a good part. With domestic tourism, it's going to be the focus for the next year. And everyone who's been watching the show knows how I think it's going to roll out. But it's it's going to help us post-COVID travel world. It's going to be huge. Domestic tourism is going to be where it's at. So it only makes sense that if this is the case, right, and we're looking at domestic tourism and we're starting to open up sports tourism, it's going to play a big part of that in the recovery efforts of the tourism industry as a whole. Because let's get those hockey schools going. Let's get kids in there, but let's be safe about it. And people like Eli are going to be first on that. They're going to make sure it's safe, and they're going to make sure they follow the protocols and get the job done. Because you know what? Not having Eli Wilson goalie schools is going to mean we're going to lose our goaltending prowess on the world stage and let other countries beat us with their goalies like Finland, Russia, and Slovakia.
No, we can't have that.
No, Canadian goalies all the way. Canadian goalies all the way.
Eli's got to represent, man.
Got to represent. Yeah, this is a Canadian show. This ain't a multinational goaltending show. We just got to make that.
Like you say, perfect thing to do during this time of season. Get your kid to go to Eli Wilson school.
I agree. So, Call, I think maybe we're going to give a little talk about Mr. Eli Wilson. Operates the Eli Wilson goaltending camps. You can see it on the screen, his address. So check that out. That will be on during the whole show. Use that pen, use that pencil, use up some of that ink for a good cause and write that address down. Okay. Eli is going to be bringing much needed new money to a whole bunch of communities this year if all works well. Now, as well, he plays a big part in developing our next group of Canadian goaltenders. Go Oilers. Oh, What happened? Who put that in there? Who put that Go Oilers in the script? I mean, we're not supposed to do that.
Did you really want to talk about the Oilers goaltending?
That's so whatever. Okay. I'll give him Eli's number. There you go. Eli has worked with over 30 goaltenders now playing or have played in the NHL. He has coached over 200 plus WHL goaltenders. This guy knows his stuff. Under Eli's coaching goaltender, I'm going to read you though. This is something that I had to do a double take. This is impressive. Under Eli's coaching goaltenders, they have gone on to win numerous awards. These are goaltenders where Eli has touched. They've gone on to win Stanley Cups, Conn Smythe trophies, Vezina trophies, World Junior Gold medals, American Hockey League championships, AHL playoff MVPs, WHL goaltender of the year. Let me take a breath because the list is long. Ontario Hockey League goaltender of the year and Canadian Hockey League goaltender of the year. These are people Eli has touched. And not only that, this guy went to school. He can read and write. He wrote and authored a best-selling book, Hockey Goaltending. So there you go. That's what I'll do. I'll get him to autograph that. It is a bestseller. And if you don't know a little bit about his history before he embarked on this internationally recognized goaltending school, our friend Eli was a goaltending coach for the Medicine Hat Tigers between 2003 2007, and he was a goaltending coach for the Ottawa Senators 2007 to 2010. I wonder if that was the year they went for that run. Is that the year they went for that run to the?
I don't know.
To the semis? I'm not sure. Maybe Eli can straighten us out on that. Anyways, this puck stopper expert, our special guest, Eli, puts on a goaltending camp, and he does some clinics, and he does semi-private lessons, and he also does private lessons. If you really want to tune up on your goaltending technique. Pretty impressive, Cole?
That is, like I say, if my kid wants to take up goaltending or interested in it at all, he's the man to go to. We started out right.
Yeah. I mean, hey, man, I know in NHL 15 on the computer game, I'm beating your glove hand every time. So you got some issues there. So
I wonder if he plays.
You got to work on that. So anyways, I'd like to give, please, everyone out there, put a big virtual hands together and give Mr. Eli Wilson a welcome to the show. Mr. Wilson, welcome to the show, Eli.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. Looking forward to it.
We're really excited. So below the screen, just before we get started, we have now put up Eli and a little bit about himself and his website. You will also be seeing throughout the show. We'll be putting up his social media. Please follow, please support. And if you are a parent of a goaltender, it's pretty much a must do that you got to do that because he's got a lot of good stuff he puts up there. So Eli, we gave you your resume. Like I had to even take a breath when I got through that puppy. Your resume is pretty impressive. So maybe you could share a little bit with our audience about who is Eli Wilson and a little bit about your goaltending school that we might not have touched on.
I've been at it for quite a few years now. So the resume, a lot of it has to do with the amount of time that I've been involved in this game as a coach. It was just since 2000, so 21 years I've been a goaltending coach at pretty much every level of hockey, from minor hockey to private hockey schools to junior A hockey, major junior hockey, American Hockey League, and the National Hockey League. So over that time, I've had an opportunity to coach at every level of hockey and work with goaltenders of all ages and all levels, and had an opportunity to see a lot of guys have a lot of success in this game, both at the amateur level and the professional and National Hockey League level, right up to the Olympics as well. So a lot of time in the game and an opportunity to work with a lot of great young people. So it's been a blessing.
That's amazing, and every level's got to offer different challenges, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's different working with young guys and seeing the changes constantly happening in their game. And you know, for an example, watching a guy come in as a 9-year-old and years and years later, working with them through those years and seeing them go through the NHL draft and get an opportunity to play pro and then step into the NHL. So I've had that opportunity over the years to see that happen. And not only that, I've seen a lot of kids come to hockey schools that I've worked with over the years, become goaltending coaches themselves, or doctors, dentists, lawyers, fathers, wives, mothers. So I've seen a lot of kids do a lot of amazing things in this game and in their personal lives as well, which I've been involved in as well. So it's been really good.
Wow, it's just got to be so satisfying to see all this progression. Not only that in hockey, but in life, right?
Yeah, I mean, you work with young people, you see people doing great things and pushing forward every day. So it's like I said, it's been a lot of fun for a lot of years.
That's a pretty cool career, I gotta say.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right on. Good job, buddy.
Yeah. So you've been operating these goaltending camps, and before we actually made contact with you, I have been actually following it due to a mutual friend of ours has been saying that you got to follow this guy's goaltending camps, and you know who I'm talking about. You don't argue with that lady. So what we're doing is I've been following. It's been great, and with these classes now for 14 years. So I know from my experience of from playing that things are changing fast and a whole bunch of factors. So how has goaltending instruction changed in the last 13 years? Like how has that progressed?
Like just for different skills and different techniques have obviously come and gone, and the game is constantly evolving in front of us. From year to year and from goaltender to goaltender. So sometimes you got to work with a goaltender, work on their strengths and their weaknesses and identify that. But overall, the game itself has changed, and the position has evolved as the game has grown and the players have become more skilled. So the goaltenders have adapted, and we're constantly changing and working on things.
I gotcha. And then if that's the case, then Eli, what sort of technical and mental skills are young goalies going to learn from attending the Eli? Like what sort of, because as you know, and most people who have ever played any type of sport activity, it's a technical and mental game. So how do you sort of tackle those two facets at your camp?
Well, a lot of it comes down to detail, structure, and work ethic. We go on for hours and hours if I explain the ins and outs of everything, but really it's about skill development, and the more skill you have, the better you are, and when and how to execute those skills is something that we work on all the time. And our stuff compared to what I've heard other people are doing, our stuff is very realistic and game-like. Our practices look exactly like a game. We don't do too many abstract things, and we try and simplify the game as much as possible rather than make it complex. So sometimes we pull things out of a goaltender's game rather than adding things to make it more simple of a position.
Okay, aside, video is really starting to play a big part. Is that part of hockey school where you have post practice or post ice time video sections? Is that part of the process?
Every single camp we have, we film the entire camp of every single goaltender that we work with. We have iPads on the ice, and we stockpile all that video for the goaltenders at the end of the week, and they get that to take home at the end of our camps.
That's nice.
We also use that at feedback at the end of the day so that they can review it. But we also break down the video right on the ice with our iPads with our goaltenders in our groups.
I wish I had that when I played. I mean, that's so cool. Not to age myself, but we were just happy to get a Sherwood 50/30 hockey stick, a wood one, and we were pretty stoked on that.
Talk about a memory, though. I've been creating that video, and that's, like you say, that's huge. Yeah. Where were you, 35 years ago?
Are you talking to me?
No, I was talking to Eli. Where was he 35 years ago when we were doing our hockey?
Yeah. So Eli, you've worked, like you said, with goalies that have gone and win like Stanley Cups, Conn Smythe, Vezinas, World Junior, OHL Goalies of the Year, Canadian Hockey League Goaltender of the Year. Like the list is is really impressive. And you must, it's so, I can see when you go to sleep at night, it must be an easy sleep with all the influence you've had within the industry. So we are sure, and all the young goalies that are going to see this now and down as we start sharing it out there and putting it on search engines, what do all these goalies, these successful goalies that you've worked with and their technical and mental abilities, what do all these goalies have in common to be successful?
I think the biggest thing is mindset and work ethic. I mean, it's not how bad you want to be a hockey player. It's willing to do what it takes to be a hockey player is totally different than wanting to do it. Mm-hmm. And the guys that understand that and they put in the work and they understand the process and extreme work ethic with a lot of time practicing the game that's the biggest things that are in common with the guys that I've seen have the most success in this game. Okay.
So again, that aspect of hockey hasn't changed. It's the mental mindset and the toughness of practice. Keep practicing.
Yeah, fine tune your skills, and the easiest way to beat someone is to be better than them. And we have to work hard and push every day to acquire the best skills that we possibly can, and therefore we'll be better goaltenders.
I like it. I really like it.
Do you find the?
Yeah,
I got a question. Do you find the work ethic that is that something that you can instill in that you work on creating in your school, or is it something that they have to have it?
Well, I think it's a combination.
Something that can be learned.
It's a combination. We really don't give goaltenders in our camps the opportunity to not work hard, and we create an environment where if you're not working and you're not competing, you'll end up falling so far behind in the camp. So we, rather than push from the bottom, we pull from the top and see how far we can get these guys in a 5-day camp or a 3-day camp, whatever amount of days we have. And I always tell every group the same thing at the end of the week, that I'm always, even though I've been doing this for a long time, I'm always surprised, and I don't know why, but how far a young athlete can come in a 5-day period. And it's sometimes it's night and day in comparison to where they started from to where they finish at just a 5-day camp. I talk to parents that have an opportunity to meet with during or after the camp, and the biggest thing that comes up is they improve more at the camp than they did all of last hockey season, and that's a pat on their back to the work ethic that those goaltenders put in the camp. And basically what we do is we provide that environment so that they can, take that work ethic and put it towards the skills that we're teaching and take their game to the next level. And I always call it a quantum leap, and it's just remarkable improvement in a very short period of time.
Wow. And the confidence improvement from the course would be a huge contributor to that. The confidence that they gain from, learning from you and learning the goalie skills, and
when you're in the net and you're simplifying the game and the position and you're getting results and you're stopping pucks, your confidence grows with every single puck that you stop.
Yeah.
Nice.
So in your 13 years, I'm sure you got some goody stories, some we can share and some we can't. What are some of the most memorable guests or moments you've had during your hockey school career so far? What are something that you can share with us that's a goodie?
I've had so many goaltenders, achieve their goals in the game and outside of the game. So I don't know if there's one that's bigger than the other. I've had an opportunity to be in an organization that's won Western Hockey League championships a couple of times, and been to the Memorial Cup a few times. Been to the Stanley Cup in 07 with Ottawa as a consultant. So some of these things got an opportunity to be involved in around, and then just seeing the personal accomplishments that guys have, have won championships, guys have won Stanley Cups, and that in the hockey side, and guys getting drafted to the NHL, you just get an opportunity to be involved in that, and get the phone calls and the thank yous for helping over the years, and the appreciation, and not that you do it for that, you do it for the athlete, and I stress that to my coaches at my camps, is this isn't really about us at all. It's about them and their goals, and we're there to facilitate them. So that on the hockey side is huge, but like I said earlier, I've had an opportunity to work with some tremendous young men and women achieve their goals, both on and off the ice. I've also had an opportunity to work with some great families. Every kid that's come to the school that I've worked with comes from a family. So as you know, hockey is a very committed thing with finances and time and different things that the parents put in, and so you get a chance to meet some really solid people that are, love the game. And so it's rewarding. It's just as rewarding in that area as it is on the hockey side. I often joke that I think I've produced as many lawyers over the years I have goaltenders, so maybe we can start a law school next. But yeah, I've had guys and girls do tremendous things as professionals and family people. So I get as much out of that as I do the hockey side.
Nice. Just a short, Laurie Freeman is pretty impressed with your achievements. I hope I say this right, and apologize if I don't. Wendwu Whittle, Yahoo from Mexo, proud mom, miss you, son. Never give up, our motto. Again, from I take it that's your mom. So
yeah, her name's Wendy, but she I don't know what there was a typo or what
that is. Thank you, Wendy. Yes, we are all very proud of your son for what he's doing, and he's grown up to be a fine young man.
Good job, Wendy.
Way to go, Wendy. And Tanya Stewart and Melvina White are saying a shout out, and you got a couple people here, and they're all saying hello there. So you wrote a book, and it's called Hockey Goaltending. It's a bestseller. What are we suggest, and we talked a little bit about what are young goalies going to learn from a bestseller in a book form, opposed to say something like on ice training? What are they going to get out of a book? And let me, by the way, say it's called The Hockey Goaltending by Eli Wilson. It's a bestseller. Check it out. And I'm sure if Eli doesn't tell us where you can get it, I'm going to ask him.
I co-wrote that book with a good friend of mine, Brian Van Vliet. He spent the better part of a year hanging out with me at my camps and talking about what we did during the day to make the goaltenders better. And we turned it into a book over time. And as I talked about before, is the families and the people that you meet. Brian actually was a parent of a goaltender that I coached for many years, and we became good friends. And we
that's cool.
Ended up co-authoring a book together, which was a lot of fun. We basically put everything down on paper, and Brian turned it into a book, which, the biggest thing that we tried to get across, as I found, is more and more people tried to make the position more and more complicated, and I really preach to go the other way and simplify the position as much as you can to improve your skills rather than make it complex. So the book does that in every area of the game. And there's different chapters in there on off-ice goaltending, the mental side of goaltending as well, which I had help from two friends of mine that are involved in goaltending in the game for a long time. Pete Fry talks about the mental side of the game, and Maria Mountain talks about, sorry about that, Maria talks about the off-ice component and basically the dry land part of goaltending. So we cover every aspect of the position in that book.
That's pretty cool. Hey, Cole?
Oh yeah, that sounds. Have you read it yet?
Have I? No, I'm waiting to run into Eli because I want an autographed one.
Now we can send you a copy. I'll make sure.
So
Did
for
you
all
got
the-
one there?
What's
Can you
that?
show us? Do you got one there you can hold up?
I don't in this room, so I'd have to get up. We'll pick it up.
I was gonna say this obviously isn't the man cave.
No.
So okay. Where can we get the book for all you goalies and hockey parents out there? Where can I get this book?
It's carried at pretty much all the major bookstores in Canada, and you can obviously get it on Amazon as well.
Can they get it on? Can they get it on the Eli Wilson goaltending.com website?
You cut out there. I couldn't hear.
Can they get it on the Eli Wilson?
No, we don't have it available on our website. It's just if you Google it and go to you can buy it online. It's pretty easy.
Okay. Are you guys getting the feedback?
I am.
Somebody's got some other audio on. Okay. We'll go with it. Eli. 2021 goaltending camps.
Yeah.
Ending COVID-19. Edmonton, Calgary, Toronto, Summerland. What are we doing there?
Well, we'll beat COVID for sure. So we're gonna come out ahead of that, and all our camps are gonna go on as expected. We got a couple camps in the late spring and May, and then we get started with our summer stuff. And we start in Toronto, head to Edmonton for 4 weeks, and then we finish off at the end of the summer in Summerland. We have our week-long development camps, 5-day camps. We have our 5-day prospects camps for the older goaltenders, and then we also have our short weekend camp introductory to goaltending, which is for the younger kids. So we cover a lot of cities. We see a lot of goaltenders, and we'll be doing the same thing this summer.
How do we get you to come to another community?
The biggest thing is for us is, and we do consulting. So I've done camps in the past where I'll go in for 3 or 5 days, and I've done that globally. I've not just done that in Canada, but it's simple. They just send an email to the website, and we can work an arrangement, and I can come into the community. In that sense, I would probably come in for a 3-day, more of a 3-day clinic than a 5-day camp, and we could take up to 48 goaltenders in that camp, in that situation, and we can basically do that in any community within Canada.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how do we?
It's you, bro.
Is it?
I think.
Eli, are you getting feedback?
No, I can hear you just fine.
Oh, that's.
How's that?
Maybe it's just this.
Hold on. Back. There we go. No feedback. Excellent. See, on the fly adjustment.
Sounds good.
Yes. So, Eli, for any goalies, they're going to be able to sign up on your website, right?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. Is there anything you would like to share before we let you go?
I think one of the things that happens with our camp, because of the size of it, and that the success that we've had. Some younger or more inexperienced goaltenders don't feel that they, should come to the camp. But, as I've said before, we're open to all goaltenders of every skill level and ability, and look forward to working with all goaltenders, not just the elite goaltenders. So we're looking at the young kids and the inexperienced guys and the guys that have passion that are wanting even to start the position. So we like to have goaltenders at every, at all levels and abilities and ages at our camps.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Eli, I'd like to say thank you very much for coming on our show.
Thanks for having me on. I really enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun talking with you guys, especially talking goaltending, and look forward to maybe getting on again in the future.
We're going to get to that because I'm going to hunt you down for an autograph book.
Yeah. Listen, all you got to do is send me your address, and I'll get you one right away.
You're a good man. See you later, Eli.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
It's been an honor. Wow.
Okay.
Echo's gone.
No, there you go. You're looking rather dapper over on that side.
Oh, well, hey, I feel kind of important over here. Isn't this like the head seat?
I guess so. So I'm just going to that was awesome to have Eli Wilson,
Super.
goaltender. I mean, for a hockey fanatic, this could have been a 24-hour Eli show, really. I mean, seriously, we could have easily have done that, right?
Oh, for sure. I mean, he would, I'm sure he would be happy to keep going for a few more hours.
Yes. And for all of you there, we have been posting his social media there on the bottom. Apologize for any feedback. I am hoping we were the only ones getting that call. So we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how it goes, yeah.
Yeah. So that was
you should.
What's that?
He could do a virtual hockey school.
I gotcha. So anyways, thank you to Mr. Eli Wilson, Canadian goalie guru. You can find Eli Wilson goaltending camps online at www.eliwilsongoaltending.com. It is on your screen. It has been on the screen all show. Or you can follow his Camps and Goalies on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages, which I'll do a quick little scroll. There's Facebook, there's Twitter, and there is Instagram.
Are we ever getting technical?
I know. It's a high budget.
ehCanadaTravel 2.0.
You know it, bro. So we are the Co-Bro hosts, Junior and I, of the AA Travel Talk Show. My name is Greg, and this is Colin. We are the Brothers of Tourism and the Co-Bro founders of ehCanada Travel and the AA Canada Marketing Group. Please follow ehCanada Travel on Facebook, Twitter.
And share.
Instagram, Pinterest, and or YouTube. We will see you next week. Same time, same place, 7 p.m. right here at ehCanadaTravel.com, Facebook and YouTube corporate offices. Peace out, Canada. Be safe. Okay, Junior, dazzle them with your knowledge.
Oh, peace out. Yes, next week, if you're a birder, which many people are, it's one of the most popular traveling reasons to travel, I guess, in Canada and worldwide. We have Sonia Richmond. She's known as a trail twitcher. And get this, she is hiking the Great Trans-Canada Trail, 24,000 kilometers, birding. So she will have tons of stories, and we've seen some amazing species. And I've been looking at taking up a little birding here and there, and it's always, it's great. So stay tuned next Tuesday, 7 p.m. The Trail Twitcher.